morning, everyone. Good morning. Yes, sir. I I know you guys are smart. I know you guys are smart. I'm not at my house. I am not at my house. For those of you who got that really quickly, know that today is going to be a good day for you. Today is going to be a good day for you because you're catching on very quickly. So, today's topic, where is it? I said, God is never late. God is never late, and I'm going to make it for entrepreneurs. I'm going to make it for real estate agents, and I'm going to make it for life. But that is today's topic for those taking notes today. So, good morning, everybody. Good morning to you. And it is a beautiful Monday. Beautiful Monday, Latrice. Let me see who I got here. I'm on my phone. So, for my Facebook people that are probably waiting, sorry, Facebook people. Jay, if you can, say a little note in the Facebook Mindset group and just tell them they're going to have to be on Zoom today because I did not get a chance to be able to put it on. Sherry, Stephanie, I miss you, Stephanie. I haven't seen you in a long time. Actually, one of the homes, Stephanie, you listed in my neighborhood, like the neighbor sold, put the one theirs under contract. So I saw that the other day. What else do we have? Danny, thinking and praying for you. Danny reached out to me on Sunday. Rebecca, always. There's no sun, Rebecca. The time has changed as the sun is not glaring on you. John Hart, Jada, good morning to you. Mike Kastner. Mike Kastner and I had our 8 o'clock Mondays with Mike. That was pretty entertaining. We always get a good chuckle. What's up, Kevin Jones? John Rue? James, what's up, brother? Robin, just kind of going through Alicia, Jackie, Wendy, Kevin, Louie, Manuel. I'm just having fun saying everybody's names. That's what I'm doing. I'm having fun saying everybody's names. So it is a full dad on morning that I got going on. Yeah, say good morning in the chat. Say good morning in the chat. It's going to be a little different. I got my notes here. I still brought my notes. I had to get up a little bit earlier. I had a little stress. I was just like, I got to get my notes printed out so I can bring it into the car, so I can bring my A game. Because even if I'm in my car, I want to bring my A game to you all today. But Brielle's at tutoring. So she had tutoring and did not have that in the calendar. So we had to do some pivoting this morning. So all hands on deck. That's kind of what I say at this morning. I'm like, all hands on deck, everybody. We got to go. We got to go. Let's go. Let's go. So the kids are like, all right, Dad. So here we go, everybody. So good morning, everybody. My name's Coach Brock Zevan, life coach, business coach, real estate coach, and a DAD. And I got to leave Bryce a note this morning because I get to do his lunch. And I almost like started crying when I left his note because I was like, I don't get to leave that note for Brielle anymore. And how much longer can I leave these notes in my son's lunchbox where he's going to tell me, Dad, don't leave me a note. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing, Dad. I told Brielle doesn't know this all, but her teacher, I actually am speaking at their school. They've asked me to speak to help the seventh graders at this presentation. They've asked me to. Brielle is livid. She is so embarrassed with me going out there. So guess what I do, all? Guess what I do? I start to negotiate. I start to negotiate with her because I was like, Brielle, I just want you to know. She didn't know at first, but then I didn't want her to be like, Latrice, because you imagine that, like devastated, like your dad's in here, like in your school. And so she wanted to go with her friend Kate. They had like a little date. Okay. So talk about timing. How ironic is this all? So Brielle wanted to go on this date with these kids this week. Her and her friend, like, I don't know, they went on this date, these two boys and these two girls, and they want to go. It's called Birkdale in our area. And so they went, and I said, Brielle, I don't think, see, here comes my negotiating tactic as a dad. I said, Brielle, I don't feel comfortable with you doing this. Like, this just seems to be a lot. I don't know about. Dad, I'll do anything. Please, please, Dad. Here comes the line. Here comes the line. Oh, well, Brielle, if you like me to go, or if you like to go, and I need you to make sure it's okay that I get to go to your school to have this conversation and to teach. Dad, I said, well, That's what we got. You let me know. I'll be sitting right, just like it is in real estate. I'll be sitting right here when you want to talk to me about it. Dad! She goes upstairs. She comes back. Okay, Dad, it's fine. It's fine. You can come to the school. Cha-ching! That's how we do it, everybody. I don't care how old you are. I'll freaking negotiate anything. That's what we negotiated. So anyway, so that was our little fun that we had going on. Yeah, exciting stuff. All that's what I got going on. All right, I'm scrolling. Stephanie, I miss you, Stephanie. What's up, Michelle? D. Barbara. Look, how many people are in their car? How many people in their car? I feel like cool, like I'm in the car today. So I'm scrolling through all. Let's get into our affirmation. Let's get into our affirmation. While Jay's pulling up the affirmation, I want everybody to go find their mute button. Go find your mute button and unmute yourself. Unmute yourself because I want to hear you. I want to hear your voice today. I want you to feel it on this Monday. So unmute yourself on the count of three. We're all going to say it together. 1, 2, and 3.
Something good's gonna
Something
happen
good
to
is
me.
going
Something
to
good is
happen
gonna
to me.
happen
Something
to
good
me.
is going to happen through me.
Through me. I love it. I love it. So as I get into this, where's my godmother? I had a phenomenal conversation with her yesterday. She's probably on here. I'm trying to scroll through things. She's so cute. She's like, Brock. So we had a little gathering at my parents' house this past weekend, and I tell you, I'm truly blessed. Truly blessed. There is this couple. I've never met them before, and she came up to me, and she's an older lady, and she's friends with my parents. So when I say older lady, I'm not trying to be mean, but you can get a sense of where I am with that all. Okay. And she comes up to me and she says, I just want to say that I listen to your show and I listen to your stuff, and I really appreciate what you do. I don't know if you know me. And I felt bad because I didn't, obviously, I didn't, not obviously, but I didn't know her. But I thought that was the coolest thing. And we talked for about 10 or 15 minutes and had a conversation about it, because when this is how God does his timing. See, sometimes when I have second doubts of like what type of message I'm bringing out to people and what I got going on, he sends these little anecdotes, these little messengers, these angels to me, which are human beings, and they say things to me like that, being like, I really appreciate your stuff. I know you probably might not know me and everything else, but I just want to say I listen to your stuff, and I'm like, well, thank you. I had no idea. And that's what gives me the energy to do what I do. How many of you sometimes feel down and out and God sends little messengers and angels? Put a 5 in the chat if I'm speaking to you. Like somehow, some way, maybe he speaks through your wife, your husband, your child, a worker, somebody at the grocery store. Somebody just says something to you and you're just like, I needed that. That's God's timing, huh? That's his timing. That's how he works. And so in real estate, when things fall apart, when things don't go your way, Wendy and I are dealing with a deal, and this agent wants to offer a 1.5% commission. Whoa, 1.5% commission. For those of you in our private coaching, we're going to talk about that on Wednesday, dealing with buyer agent commissions and sellers who lower our commissions, and how I handled it and what Wendy and I did. But we're going to talk about that more. And if you want to be involved in that, put a 7 in the chat. Put a 7 in the chat. Because if you're not on my team, you have to get a private invite. So put a 7 if you want to listen in on that and how we handled it. But it's all about timing. It's all about understanding that. So I wrote this down. Here's what I wrote down. How many of us feel that we want the promise before we go through our patience? How many of us want the promise before we get through the patience of getting to that promise? See, put a 9 in the chat if you want to go to our success summit. Put a 10 if you're already coming. Put a 10 in the chat if you're already coming, because I like 10s. 10. Put a 9 in the chat if you want to come. Put a 9 in the chat if you want to come. I'm also going to be giving out next Monday, all on Memorial Day weekend, so everybody's off. I'm going to be giving out a free ticket, 1 free ticket. I'm going to put your name in a lottery for anybody who wants a free ticket. I will be putting it out there, and I'm going to do a raffle. So if you want that, just let us know. But somebody asked me over the weekend, or when we were talking, because they said, how are things going? How's your success summit doing? I said, really good, but it's not sold out yet. I just wish that it was sold out. All the hotels were taken care of, and I got a problem because there's too many people. I said, I wish I had that problem. I don't have that problem right now because that would be perfection. That would be perfect. Anybody who put on an event, that's what you want. 2 months ahead of time, it's maxed out. It's completely taken care of. The agenda set. Like, I just wish that. But see, that is my promise. That's the promise God gives me. But I have to go through the process of going through this program and getting through this. So that is the challenge. But see, I don't stress about it anymore. I don't stress. For those who had kids, remember your first child? We're all nervous as can be. You had your first one. Are they in the, I called like the firemen. They're like out there helping you put the car seat in there. Okay. I can just say for my second one, you know, I was just like, I don't know, like, Bryce, are you here? Oh yeah, he's good. He's fine. We'll throw him in the here. Just Laura, hold on to him. Like, we don't need to get him in that. How many? By the time you get to your fourth child, poor Brielle or poor Lisa, the fifth one in our family. I'm the oldest of five. I mean, my mom, when we used to go out after I put him through hell and back when I was a teenager, when Brielle, when Laura was, or I'm getting all my names mixed up. When Lisa, my youngest sister, when she was in high school, I remember my Lisa saying, "Hey, Mom, I'm going out." This was like on a weekend. Okay, no, on a weekday, like on a Thursday. And Lisa used to be like, "Hey, I'm gonna go out with my friends," and my mom be like, "All right, whatever you do, don't wake us up when you get home. I'm gonna be sleeping, and if you have any problems, call Brock. Just don't deal with don't interrupt us." It's like I never even could go out, and now it's like, don't even bother us, Lisa, because it's all about timing. It's all about experiences, and so there's a story in the Bible. How many of you put a 3 in the chat? A lot of numbers today. A lot of numbers today. I guess that's what happens when you're in your car. Put a 3 in the chat if you heard about Lazarus in the Bible. Put a 3 in the chat if you heard about Lazarus in the Bible. All right, so a lot of 3s in here, right, Amy King? And so what happens, James, is Martha comes up to Jesus. See, Jesus was he was a couple towns over. And needless to say, there wasn't like the GPS and you can just freaking like zoom. You couldn't like get in there like an Uber and like, let me get over there. He actually, when you read the story, he took his time. He took his time getting over to this town. And so what happens is Jesus gets there 3 days late. And the first thing, take a guess what the first thing Martha said to him. You're too late. You're too late. You missed it. How many of you, write this in the chat, too late, write too late. How many of you feel like you're too late for something? You missed out on something. Gosh, I missed this opportunity. How many of you said these words that I'm too late? I've missed this. I didn't do what I was supposed to do. Oh, goodness gracious me. I can't believe this. I just missed this deal. I knew I should have called this person. How many have heard of us saying it's too late? But see, here's the thing, and I'm trying to look at chats and I'm trying to do different things while I'm on here, but this is what happens. See, God says, if I came here too early, I couldn't show you my blessing I'm about to do. See, if I was too early here, you wouldn't see what I'm about to do. You wouldn't see the magnitude of the amount of work that I'm about to create for you to raise him from the dead. Because if he's still alive, can I raise him up? I just think God must have had a pretty good sense of humor. And some of you confuse sense of humor with stress. See, one of the things I put in here, God's delay is not denial. God's delay is not denial. We think that, though. Was me. This must be a sign. This must be a sign. He said no 3 times. God must be, this must not be what I'm supposed to do then. No, it's all done to protect you and prepare you. I'm going to say that again. God's no, God's delay is not a denial. There's something he's protecting you from. There's something he's preparing you. You've heard me say this before. We are so concerned about the arrival. We are so concerned about our destination getting there. We think about the trip. We think about the vacation. And is vacation seasonal? In the real estate world, we think about the commission. We've already got it spent. We already know where it's going. And some of us already spend it. And see, we forget about the process of what we learn. We forget about the preparation to be able to understand. That's why the Success Summit, I love the Success Summit. I get more excited about the Success Summit because when challenges come my way or something happens, I'm like, this means there's something bigger coming my way. That means that there's something. I don't worry about it anymore. The denial, all right, there's something here for me to see. There's something here for me to grow in. This little delay means I'm going to help somebody else out. I want you to write that note down. The delay is to help somebody else. It might not even be for you, for crying out loud. Number two, we have to have maturity before the miracle. Number two, we have to have maturity before the miracle. I was talking to somebody over the weekend and we were talking about children and the age that I have kids. Oh, I was talking to my neighbor, Johnny, and they're about 15 years younger than me. And Bryce is, him and his daughter are like the same age. And I was like, you know what? I was telling him like me working out and doing different things. And I said, here's the thing, man. I said, there's no way I've had maturity to have kids at your age. I was not mature. Where's Amy, Kane, and Dusty? They celebrated their 12-year anniversary. And I think they might know this. We've had a conversation, but happy anniversary to you all.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
So here's how this works all. So Amy and Dusty get married 12 years ago, and it's a bright celebration. It's blissfulness. We were down at the beach. They had a great time period. It was wonderful. And this is nothing to take away from their day. But their marriage was the start of my addiction. I remember to a T that I started to learn how to become a functioning alcoholic from their wedding. It has nothing to do with their wedding, but that's what every time I see their anniversary, boom, that's what I think of instantaneously. Instantaneously, my head goes there that I was starting to drink wine while I was driving home from the beach. And I drank for 10 days straight after that. And I remember trying to stop. And that was the beginning of a 3-year heavy downturn spiral in my life. But see, the maturity at that point for me wasn't there. God was preparing me. I had to be broken during that time period. See, when they say the maturity before the miracles, see, one's miracle of them getting married and going through that is somebody else who's still going through maturity phases. They're still growing through that. So if you, in the real estate world, if you don't get a listing, that means you're still learning. You're still having to go through a learning process to understand that. So understand that the learning has to happen before the listing. How do you increase your conversion in the listings? How did I go from a 40%, a 20% to a 90%? is because I did a lot of learning in real estate to be able to understand conversations, to be able to understand what that looks like. Now, this next one here is my favorite one. Here's my favorite one. John Hart. Roots before the fruits. Roots before the fruits. See, Les Brown says you don't know what a tree is until the fruit bears. Right? You don't understand, like, it looks like a tree. Pretty sure it's a tree, but I don't know what type of tree it is yet. And I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong, but I haven't seen a tree yet have the fruit first before the roots are developed. And I'm pretty sure that when the roots are being grown and developed inside the ground, you can't see it. See, when I look around all of you, and for those of you who I see in the pictures over here, and I look at you, oh, a lot more people on video today. Well, guess what? I can't see what you're going through. I can't see what you're growing through. I can't see what Michelle's got. I can see what you're wearing. I can see your background. I can see your car. I can see what environment you are. I can see if you're dressed up, not dressed up, if your hair is done, if you're ready to rock and roll. I can see whatever. Just because you're wearing a t-shirt or a hooded sweatshirt doesn't mean that you're not preparing. It doesn't mean that you're not growing. And sometimes we have to understand that the root development is more important than the fruits showing off. Because any turbulent, any storm, any condition or extreme could really affect us, yes or yes. It could cause the whole tree to uprooted if not done correctly, or if it's not in the ground mature enough. We've had a lot of rain here in Charlotte. And I was talking to another real estate agent saying that we've had more calls for trees being uprooted. Why? Is because the ground was saturated and the roots weren't dug deep enough to handle that on a windstorm. See, the roots can handle it when what? The ground is dry, when the conditions are right. How do you handle it when the conditions might not be in your favor? Are you growing in that? You know how many times I hear the market conditions, the interest rates are high, Brock, there's no inventory. We're still doing business We're still making money. We're still selling properties. Entrepreneurs, I get my financial people, they're still burning and churning. John Hart works with the wealthy people. I guarantee you they still got money. They're still doing things with their money. They're still making smart decisions. What are you doing? Number 4, and I don't know if I'm in the right order of numbers, but just bear with me as I go through this. Microwave versus slow cooker. Microwave versus slow cooker. How many of you go to that microwave and it's just like beep, 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 out, ready to go? That slow cooker takes some time, doesn't it? We want quick fixes. We want the person to call us up. I'm ready to sell. I'm ready to sell. Take my offer. Take it. I'm ready. I got this one offer that I just told you about with Wendy. We've been dealing with it since Saturday, and we're still not under contract. But Brack, I thought you were a really good real estate agent. I am, but you know what? Sometimes it's a slow cooker. Sometimes it's a slow cooker what you got. You might got a buyer that you got to show some more and more properties to. You might have to do things. Mike Casher and I are working on a deal together, and it's down in Rock Hill. He goes, Brock, I think the only problem is going to be driving down to Rock Hill. I said, Mike, that's not a problem at all. And this is literally what I told Mike. I said, Mike, this is simple. I said, I just double down when it comes time I have to travel that far away, because it'll be about an hour, 15 minutes for me. I just go to Rock Hill, I put in the zip code, and I go find every FSBO and every expired within the 30 days, and I call them in that area. And not only while I'm showing you property, I'm going to get a listing appointment while I'm down there. I'm going to double down on it. So in the real estate world, if that's what you're trying to do, because guess what? I have no problem. I think they're looking at a $350,000 or $400,000 home. I don't know about you, but I have no problem with taking $10,000 or $12,000, putting it in my bank account, and while I'm down there, find a $700,000 listing that they need some help selling their property, and I'll get 3.5%. That's right, I said 3.5% because that's what I get on my listings. I have no problem putting $21,000 to $26,000 in my bank account. How many of you put yes or yes on here? Because I gotta believe you. How many of you like to have $36,000? It's a slow cooker. I'm working it. I'm going to do it. Microwave is like, I just want to go down there right away. That's too far. I'm not too sure. What are they going to do? Blah, 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 blah. Use this. Look, understand that the slow cooker sometimes that God's prepping for you. How many of you like that pot roast that sounds so good, but you got to wait 8 hours? Right? Sherry's laughing because she's like, oh, yeah, that's really good. I like that. All right, all. Let me see, make sure I got everything. Roots before the fruits, delay, not denial, microwave, slow cooker. Lazarus, it's too late. It's not too late. You can keep on going. It's not too late. You can get your Success Summit tickets. Jay, put the tickets in there. Put the tickets in there because I got to sell some tickets this week. Got to sell some tickets this week. If you haven't gotten them yet, you better get them. All right, I got 3 minutes. Brielle's probably going to come out at any given point. So I got to be ready to balance a couple things. If you got something out of today, I want you to type in yes in the chat. I want you to type in yes in the chat today. And does anybody got anything? Oh, nope, they're coming out now. So, guess what? We're not going to be able to listen in. If somebody wants to hear something, if somebody has something to say, though, we can put yes in the chat. And if somebody has something to say, I will balance these two conversations here. Does anybody got anything? Oh, they're not coming in. Oh, look at this all. Brielle, look at Brielle. Brielle, say hi to everybody. Say hi.
No.
See, this is how you trap her all. You
Hey,
got to put her in the car.
Brielle.
Everybody say hi to Brielle. Unmute yourself.
Hi,
Everybody say hi to Brielle.
Hi, Brielle.
Hi, Brielle.
Hi,
Brielle.
Good job, Brielle.
Come on.
There it is, everybody.
You're in drive, so let's press the
We
go
gotta
button.
finish the show. We gotta finish the
I'm
show.
gonna be late.
We're not. You were gonna be late
I
to
have to go
school.
to yearbook.
When did you care about going to school?
I have to do yearbooks.
Guys, this is the joys. Teenagers that tell you. Guys, I appreciate y'all. What did everybody put? I didn't even look at the chats. Did everybody say they had some fun today? Did you get something out of today? Roots before the fruits? Yes. Microwave slow cooker? Yes. Good. Makes me feel better. Guys, I do appreciate y'all. Thank you guys all so much for being on here. Come to the Success Summit. Get your ticket. If you're thinking about it, if you want a grant, if you're like, hey, could you help me out? Okay. I want you to reach out to me, DM me for grant. We got a couple grants that I'm working with some people that want to help others get there. If you want to be there and you have some financial challenges, I want you to put in grant, send it to me, DM me or text me. I'm going to see what I can do for you. Okay. I want you guys to be there. It's going to be phenomenal. I appreciate y'all. Our main man, Mr. Chad Free, will be with us tomorrow, 8:15, same time, same channel, 8:15. Brielle, do you want to say goodbye to everybody? No? Come on, Brielle. So much fun. Guys, I appreciate y'all. Love you. God bless you. Stay safe. Stay healthy. We'll see you guys tomorrow at 8:15. See ya.
Bye.